Hi, I'm the creator of 3D Fix Manager, and today I want to give you a brief introduction to the application. So, why would you need this application? We all know that game developers don't optimize the games for 3D vision and stereoscopic 3D rendering anymore. You notice this in broken 3D effects while gaming. So, what would you usually do to fix this? The answer so far has been to visit the website helixmod.blogspot.com and download patches made by the community for fixing those broken stereo 3D effects. However, the installation and configuration of those 3D fixes have been a little bit complicated, and this is exactly why I created 3D Fix Manager for making those installation steps more comfortable for the user. For downloading the application, please visit the HelixMod website and click on 3D Fix Manager in the menu bar. After that, scroll down a little bit and there you have the option to download either an installer version or a portable zip version. The installer version creates a start menu folder and a shortcut on your desktop. The portable zip version doesn't create those entries. All you have to do is to extract the file archive and you're good to go. So let's have a look at the application itself. For starting 3D Fix Manager, double-click on the desktop shortcut created by the installer, or go to your installation directory and click on the executable of the application. So this is the graphical user interface of 3D Fix Manager. For anyone interested in, this was done with Visual Studio, C#, and Windows Presentation Foundation. On the left side, you see a list of installed games, which were automatically detected by 3D Fix Manager. When clicking on one of these games, an info text is shown on the right side of the application, as well as buttons for installing the 3D fix or starting the game either in 2D or 3D mode. First, let's take a look at the most important feature of 3D Fix Manager, which is installing 3D fixes. You simply do this by clicking on the Install 3D Fix button. Then the 3D fix is automatically downloaded, extracted, and copied to the game directory. When installing 3D fixes for DirectX 11 games, you are asked if you want to update the fix to the latest version. I would always recommend to confirm this message, as this brings performance improvements and unlocks some features I will present you later. Another step automatically done during installation is optimizing graphics settings of the game for Stereo 3D mode. This means that unwanted or unsupported effects like depth of field and motion blur are automatically disabled. When moving the mouse cursor over the info icon, you can see which steps are done when installing the fix. A green icon means that the user just have to press the install button, and all other steps required for installing the fix have been automated by the application. An orange icon means that some steps have to be done manually by the user. These are listed in the tooltip when moving the mouse cursor over the icon. Finally, a red icon means that the 3D fix is broken and doesn't work anymore. If no icon is present, this means that I didn't check the 3D fix yet, and only the default procedure is done, like copying the fix to the game directory. So, before starting the game in 3D mode with the Play 3D button, you might be interested in configuring the 3D fix first. For doing so, let's switch to the Hotkeys tab. As the name of the tab already implies, the main feature here is to configure hotkeys for quickly changing 3D settings like 3D depth and convergence in-game. For this particular fix, some hotkeys have already been created, but I will show you how to create your own hotkeys from scratch. For doing so, let's click on the New Hotkey button. What we see here is a label not assigned, which means that we haven't assigned a key on the keyboard or the Xbox controller yet. For defining a key, let's click on the empty field and press any key on the keyboard. Alternatively, we can also choose our Xbox key by changing the selection to Xbox controller. Then we can choose a button from the list. Finally, we have to define what is supposed to happen when we press the newly created hotkey when gaming. We do so by configuring a 3D preset where we change 3D depth and convergence to our liking. So this means as soon as we press the button in-game, 3D depth and separation are changed to the values we defined in the preset. We can also create another preset which is enabled when we press the key once again. Finally, for applying changes, we click on the Save button. What actually happens in the Hotkeys tab is that the configuration file of the 3D fix is presented with a nice graphical user interface, and we can change the settings of this file by using the interface. In case of DirectX 11 fixes, I advise you to always update the 3D fix to the latest version because this unlocks some features. One of these features is setting the 3D format to other things like side by side or top and button, or whichever format is best suited for your 3D display. Now let's take a look at the Settings tab. Most important feature here is the game detection. Generally, games are detected by searching both the Windows registry as well as some local paths on your hard drive. So, when starting the application for the first time, you should really check if all of your game libraries are present in the Search Paths option. By default, 3D Fix Manager recognizes libraries of Steam, Uplay, Origin, Blizzard Launcher, and GOG, but if you also use other platforms, you might have to manually add some paths. In the NVIDIA 3D Settings tab, you basically find all the settings you already know from NVIDIA Control Panel, but with some nice additions like the possibility to export all settings in a profile file. You really start to appreciate this feature when once again all of your settings have been reset when installing an updated graphics driver. Then you can simply import the file for restoring all your settings. Another feature in this tab is optimizing the global driver profile for both 2D and 3D mode. This is especially useful for making sure that vertical sync does not get disabled when switching between 2D and 3D mode. Last but not least, let's switch to the Display Profiles tab. This tab is especially useful if you're using different display devices, because here you can optimize settings for each device, like the correct screen size for your projector or the preferred 3D format like side by side. When setting the 3D format, 3D Fix Manager will automatically configure all of your installed 3D fixes to output the games in your preferred format. To set a profile active, simply choose it from the list from the window title bar. Alternatively, you are asked which profile to choose when starting a game. The last tab gives you some information about the version of the application, as well as some donation addresses if you feel like supporting this project and the 3D community. I hope this application is useful for you, and of course, keep up playing in 3D, guys.